from the foothills of Mount Kilimanjaro, from the Grand Lodge of Luxor, from the great grounds of Timbuktu, from Thebes, from Axum, we've come through the Nile and we are here. And we want to reach out to you, that you connect to this project in emotional and a spiritual way. Because at the end of the day, what we do, the job will be your emotional and your spiritual support. Money is a printed paper. The spirit will do the work. And I'm asking you on behalf of the elders in our community, the intellectuals, the men on the ground, children, and those yet to be born, that we have a call, and we must answer to that call. I must also thank my dear friend, Dr. Ali Andri. I knew he went through a lot to get here. But let me assure you, your presence here makes history. And people will come and realize at some point that the small time you took out has grown like a mustard seed. And this mighty tree, all shall come and rest and remember your contribution. We say thank you. I would also like to thank Dr. Pupulampu, who came from a very humble beginning, who I call upon nighttime, daytime, and who always never say, you bother me, that's too much. But he has responded to me, and Mr. Pupulampu, I say thank you and God bless you. I would also like to thank Dr. Patrick Irigu. I call him Chief Irigu, because he means more to me than just a friend, he's a brother. And the first time I showed him the program, me and Ya at Grammar University, he stood up and shouted. He said, this is it. This is it. I have worked on so many projects, but none come close. We cannot come here and dance and monkey around and go home and think that's all there is. We must leave a footprint. Because we are standing in the footsteps of those who laid down their life, and they made it possible for you to be here. So this is not a party, because the party will end sometime soon. But when you realize that people pay a price for you to be here, and I'm talking about great men like Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, great men like Martin Luther King, and of course, great men like Barack Obama. Yes, we can. And I'm asking you to support the library. But the message I leave here with, and the question I ask you is this. If you are not for others, who are you? We have a past to honor and a future to nurture. In the 13th century, before ceramic tiles were used in Rome, Africans from the Nile Valley, Ethiopia, the Kosh Empire were using ceramic slabs to stop erosion at the banks of the River Nile. 1324. Now, why are we slowing down? 14th century, Mansa Musa from the ancient Mali Empire traveled with 4,000 men on Hajj to Saudi Arabia, carrying over 2 tons of what? Gold. He changed the entire gold market from Africa right down to what you call now Middle East. There was a government, taxes were paid. And he spent 1 year. In the meantime, the governmental infrastructure was working quite well. There was highways in Mali. And of course, Mansa Musa built one of the biggest and the strongest libraries in the world, the Library of Timbuktu. It is the structure and the place of Timbuktu Library that the term was coined all the way from Timbuktu. Just like you might say here in North America, it's a Yale graduate. We say it's a graduate from Timbuktu. So our relation to history is not a new one. The Africans of Egypt built the Library of Alexandria, which was the first library in the world to have a collective works of all the human races. And today, collections are being made in Egypt to reassemble and rebuild the Library of Alexandria. Not to forget the Library of Salamanca in Spain, built by Alfonso, and the Moorish people of North Africa, particularly the people of Morocco. We call them Moorish, but I call them back home the Blackamoor. And they ruled Spain for 800 years before Queen Isabella. This is who we are. The question is, did we take our eyes off the ball? And I can go on and mention empires. The Ghana Empire, the Zimbabwe Empire, the Koshai Empire, the Yoruba Empire, and I can go on and on. And you can go and check. These empires were magnificent. Structures like you've never seen before. Complex cultures, philosophers, mathematicians, doctors. Yes, we had them. The question is, what happened? We must continue to work to restore Africa to her former glory, and that's a challenge. And I'm humbled that I could play a very small role. And I want history to record this moment, that at some point in our lives here in Edmonton, a group of Africans and fellow Canadians stood up and said, the Africans need to have a place, and therefore they will join it. They will join it because they understand there's a history and that we are all inextricably connected as human beings. It takes a village to raise a child. And if you use the term global village, it means that we must make sure all get education. We must make sure all get a decent place to sleep. That's a responsibility. And the Nile Valley Foundation is ready to do her part. These are the greatness of your ancestors. And they are asking you that you continue and share their history, their achievement, human development and civilization, their place in history. And of course, their indomitable spirit. I learned a long time ago that I am not full until all my brothers are full. And that's the lesson my father gave me. So none goes to bed hungry in our home and thinking because he didn't work hard so he must not eat. The time has come for us to accept the responsibility to be each his brother's keeper. The question will be asked, are you your brother's keeper? And I want you to stand and put your hands on your chest and say, yes, I am. That time is now. But when you realize someone who is 5'4" and 135 pounds initiating such a gigantic project, perhaps the question you're asking is, can he lift it? But my ancestors lifted 2 tons of block and put it on top of the pyramids. And asked me how they did it. And I will say, yes, I can. I am just blessed to be associated with this project. And once again, I call upon you to help us out. We need minds. We need ideas. We need the technical know-how. We need your prayers. We do not have even a website, but I still believe in the word of mouth. No matter how technology becomes advanced, the word of mouth in my neighborhood is still strong. So when you live here, or as you continue to stay here, let your community know that there's a new project on the rise in this city. And the drums of Africa will never stop beating in our minds and in our souls until we establish a place in this city that represents who we are, and that we can, and yes, we can. I challenge you, leave a penny with us and come back in a year. We will make it 10 cents. That's my promise to you. I have a responsibility to do something for my grandchildren, and I'm on it. That I'm living in the best of time, and in the best city in the world. Before I end, for my fellow Canadians, we thank you for being so nice to us, accepting us, and giving us a place to build who we are. But this city is unlike any other city. And this is where we need to build the African Library. The question is, why do we choose to build it in the city of Edmonton? And the answer is, you may not know. There are more books read in the city of Edmonton per capita than any other city in Canada. Check it out. Edmonton has more non-profit than any other city. And the foundations of this great city was built upon community spirit. Brother to brother, person to person, neighbor to neighbor. That community spirit has not left. And Edmonton plays in world history. In terms of brotherly love, let me remind you that during the Second World War, Vic Horner and the sister, the Horner brothers or the Horner sisters, traveled from here to Red Lake to deliver medicine in the dead of winter. That is historic. That's the spirit of this city. This city represents the population of the world. And if you look around, you see examples to affirm what I'm saying, and that is the Avenue of Nations, the Heritage Festival. These are things that reminds us that we are diverse people, and we must celebrate that diversity. Thank you.